Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. In this video, we are looking at the Wednesday NBA slate. We have 11 games to discuss today, so it's going to be a pretty fun one. We have a lot of news already, so it's pretty easy to make a lineup that you like right now. See if we get some more news throughout the day. But as always, let's get into it. If you enjoy the videos, appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the sponsor Prize Picks and use my code PROCESS for deposit match up to $100. If you are new to their site, you can check out all the other socials in the description. Twitter for updates, the website if you want to join for any sports. And let's get started. So at the point guard position, no Luka Doncic today, so that's going to open up a lot of value, especially with how good of a matchup it is for the Mavs going up against Houston. And there's just so much value at the guard position because not only is Luka Doncic out, Ja Morant is out, Curry's out, but that's not going to make too much of a difference in terms of the value. But Ja Morant, Luka, and then Fox is unlikely to play. So those are three massive ones. Maybe Halliburton is out as well. So I'm not really looking at paying up for a point guard right now because there's just so much value. Just going right to the value. First guy is Tyus Jones. He's $4,600, super cheap. Price tag hasn't moved much. Even with how Ja Morant is still blowing teams out, Grizzlies so much depth with them. They still run a big rotation even without Morant, but Jones playing 30 minutes in like a 24 blowout game, played 26 in a 32, 33 point blowout. So he's losing some minutes there. I think he can get up to like 33, 34 minutes, but even in 30 minutes, he's still like a really, really good value pick. So Jones, super affordable. Another guy that looks appealing is Spencer Dinwiddie. Value wise, $6,400. He's already been pretty consistent since he's been with the Mavs, playing next to Luka, playing good starter level minutes, but without Luka, can get up to like 36, 38, 36 to 38 minutes. More shots for him, more assist opportunities, probably more rebounding opportunities as well. Luka does everything out there, and even he's still been consistently getting you in the 30s. Today gives you upside in the 40s, I'd say, with how good of a matchup it is against Houston. So those are two good options value-wise. Another one is Davion Mitchell, who's $5,200. They've been playing without Fox the last couple of games, which has allowed Mitchell to put up some decent numbers and at least get you decent minutes. But today, Sabonis has already been ruled out, as well as Fox is not looking like he's going to play. So last game, Sabonis played 31 minutes, so you still have a lot of minutes and a usage to distribute from Sabonis' game. Mitchell is going to benefit, which still going to get you similar minutes. His minutes aren't going to change. They go into overtime, which is why I played 46 minutes. But still, if you even look to like 36 to like 38 minutes out of him, going to get you assist opportunities. Going to shoot a lot. Sometimes the shot's not falling, but overall, he's been better recently. Shooting over 44% from distance, almost 47% from the floor in his last 5 games. Playing more minutes, getting into more of a rhythm. It's probably going to help Mitchell. So he's another guy. And then another last value right now would be like Jalen Brunson. Now we'll see if I plug him in at the utility spot, but he's 67. I prefer these guys. Well, at least I prefer Dinwiddie over Brunson if I can just pick one, but I'll probably look to get to both if I can. So that's all the value at point guard. I'm not looking to pay up for any point guard right now. If I did, it would be for Murray or DeJounte Murray or Trae Young, just the way he's been playing recently. At shooting guard, same type of deal, going with the value that we have here. Other options would be Devin Booker at 93. Halliburton, if he's out, that would benefit Malcolm Brogdon. Or you could look to Buddy Hield, but he's already looks like a better play, but he's already 77. So even if Halliburton is out, still don't think he's a great play. But Brunson is 67. He looks great. Dinwiddie's a little bit cheaper, so I like Dinwiddie more, but you can definitely get to Brunson as well. He's going to benefit with more assists and get you some more shots off and some more usage in general. I wanted to go with the value. You have Dillon Brooks, 56, had a good game, shooting wise or scoring wise, 20 points. Still not playing a lot of minutes, but you can still get it done without Ja Morant. Still likes to take a lot of shots. Other options, 4K range. Reggie Bullock will get some good shots off. He's scoring dependent still, but he's hitting his threes, get you some rebounds. Going to be looking at a lot of minutes today. I think he gives you some upside at $4,200. Moving on to small forward, Durant. Now that Irving is back, he's still a good play, but it's a little bit tougher to get to him. There are a lot better pay-ups at point guard and shooting guard, but all the value is there as well, so it's a little bit tough. So I think I would probably like to get to like LeBron James at the power forward position. I like him more than Durant and Tatum. And then you got a bunch of questionable guys here, but we'll see if they're able to play or not. Other options here would be some decent value with like Winslow at 59. Continues to play like 30 minutes or so, can get over that depending on how the game goes. Brooks still looks a fine value, 56, and then like Harrison Barnes is going to have to play a lot of minutes and get you a lot of usage. Good chance that he's going to take a lot more than like 5 shots that he has been taking previously, not having Fox and Sabonis there. So definitely like Harrison Barnes today at that price tag. Finney Smith looks fine, 54, but I'd probably like to get up to like Brooks or Harrison Barnes instead. Value-wise here, Bullock at 42 looks fine, and that's the main piece. Maybe you can look at like Josh Green, but he's definitely like the 4th or 5th option on the Mavs. At the 4 position, like LeBron James at 11.6. Other options are definitely Jaren Jackson going up against Brooklyn here against a pretty small front court, 67, especially if Drummond. I think Drummond is back, but still they'd like to play small at times. Other plays in the 5K range, you have Harrison Barnes. Trey Lyles will get you the start and get you good minutes at the 4. And maybe you can play some stretch 5 depending on if they want to give Alex Len any run or not. And that's basically it. I don't really see anybody below that unless we get some more injury news. Don't really have anybody in the 3K range that I'm looking at too much, except maybe you can look to like Czech Metu or Obi Toppin if Randall is out again. But expect Randall to be back. Not a guy that normally misses games. Could just have been a rest day for him. At center, Embiid should dominate the Lakers. He had his breakout game against the Lakers a couple years ago where he dropped like, I don't know how many fantasy points, but it was well over 70, maybe 80 plus. So like Embiid should just crush against Dwight Howard and whoever else they want to throw out there, Wendy and Gabriel. Value-wise, you have Wood coming off of a monster game in the 4th quarter. He just caught fire from distance. He looks fine against the Mavs. You have like Jaren Jackson at 67. And then you're going to have some value from Sacramento. You have some value with Dallas with like Powell at 48. But you have a better value at 37, and that is Damian Jones just because he's so affordable. He's going to be starting at center. And places Sabonis can get you, anywhere from like 25 minutes, depending on foul trouble, to like 37, I guess. But they're probably, I'm expecting to play around like 28, 29. But even that, you should be able to have success against the Pacers, chance for a double-double. And just 37 for a center is really easy to hit value. And then the last guy, utility, it is looking like a guard slate, so I'm going to plug in Jalen Brunson, at least get to 2 Dallas guys, Dinwiddie and Brunson. They should command the offense, handle the ball the entire game, and the matchup is just so good against Houston. They play super fast, play no defense, or at home. A lot to like with those guys. So that's about it for the DraftKings side. It still leaves you with almost 6K left for the last 2 spots. Let's go ahead and take a look at FanDuel. All right, on FanDuel, once again, the value is at the guard position. So not looking at Kyrie much, except for like tournaments. Murray, still you can play one of these guys at the shooting guard position. So Murray looks good. Trae Young has been playing great, but it's gonna be tough to get to a lot of these guys at the top end because you just have a ton of value below $5,000 at point guard. Just not even looking at the mid range, just looking right at just at the value. Davion Mitchell is $4,600. He looks way too cheap. Plug him in. You have Tyus Jones, who's also like $4,300. He's incredibly cheap. And then you're gonna try to get to like Dinwiddie if you wanted to. He's behind Mitchell and Tyus Jones. And then you have Brunson, who I'll plug in at shooting guard. He's super affordable at $53. I like Brunson more than Dinwiddie on FanDuel, saving $1,300. But lots of value once again at the guard position. If you wanted to pay up for anybody, like DeJounte Murray, coming off a couple of quiet games, should have success against this Portland team. And then mid-range wise, RJ Barrett if there is no Randall. Brogdon if there's no Halliburton looks pretty appealing. You still have a good price tag on Russell at $6,200. And then depending on the news we get, from Orlando with Wendell Carter. That could impact like Wagner's minutes a little bit, but we'll see. And then Dylan Brooks, also super affordable. He's $4,800. I'll plug him in at the the small forward position. $4,800 for a guy that will take a lot of usage, can get up to like 25, 26 minutes. If not, play more than that, because some of these games have been blowouts. The one that he has been just playing 25, 26 minutes. It's been back for a while now, for a good amount of time now, so I don't think he's like on a minutes limit. He can push for over like 30 minutes or so. It's probably what I could expect in a close game. Pay up options, LeBron looks the best. Tatum is still good at 94, even though it's not an easy matchup against Utah. Utah dealing with some injuries right now, just depth issues, and at least they're at home, and the Celtics have been rolling. But I'll prefer to get up to LeBron James at 11-2. And then, last but not least, at center, you got Damian Jones looks better on DraftKings, playable at 47 on FanDuel. But I think you can get up to like Jaren Jackson for just less than 2,000 more. Plug him in at center if you wanted to, or go with like Embiid as your pay up, or go with like Christian Wood or Randall if he is able to play. But like Jaren Jackson, should have success here at home. Still always risky with the fouls, but if he's not in foul trouble, chance to play over like 30 minutes or so and just dominate always dominate the defensive stats with blocks and steals, and can get you a lot of decent amount of rebounds, and just if he gets hot from distance, can put up like 40, 45, 50 fantasy points. So going with a lot of value on FanDuel, it's pretty easy to make a lineup that you like. Mitchell, Brunson, Brooks, way too cheap. Same thing with Tyus Jones, basically a freebie as well. And then LeBron looking like the pay up just because so many good value at guard. Might as well look to get up to a superstar at the forward position. And that's about it for the video. Thank you for watching. Best of luck tonight. You can stay tuned for Twitter for updates, and I'll see you all next time.